Welcome back, friends. I've been getting comments lately about the Novacolor paint that I use in these little bottles. So today, I got a few comments where they said they would love to see how I mix these up. So I have a couple of formulas that I do, and using the Novacolor colors. My favorite of the Novacolor paints is Indian yellow and quinacridone red, if you haven't noticed. But I also like the blue green, but it isn't quite there. So I alter it. I alter it in two ways. And some I have one bottle that is just the blue green mixed with the white, and another one where I call it my teal, and I make it more like Golden's teal. It's as close to Golden's color that I as I can get. Pretty close though. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to start with a coral color. So you see those little cone-shaped cups, those water cups? That's what we're going to use for a funnel. So this is my biggest tip in this video, is get some of these very inexpensive cones, and then these small bottles that you could either get on Amazon or even at Michael's. As always, I will leave links below. But the first thing we're going to do is snip off the little tip to make our funnel. And you can control the size of the hole depending on the size of your bottle. But before we actually start doing that, I want to, here on a palette, I want to mix up some colors. So I'm starting with quinacridone red, and this is cadmium yellow. And I'm just mixing it up slightly. And now I'm going to add some white. And you have to be careful when you're adding white, because sometimes you go a little too far with it. So do it a little at a time. And work it out on a palette first so you kind of get the proportions. And I go by 2 parts, 1 part, half part. And that's what I mark on the bottle with some masking tape. So now I've got out my blue-green. And as you can see, it's a dark green. It has, a touch of blue in it, but it's not teal, that's for sure. So this is Cerulean Blue, and I'm going to add, I have 2 parts green and 1 part, no, half part. So it's 2 parts blue-green, 1 part white, and a half part of this blue. We don't want it to get too blue. So I'm adding just a little bit more of the blue-green. Looks like we need more white. So when you're working with the bottles, you're going to, do this as well. Like, you could always keep testing it, shake it up, test it again, but see how much more like teal than the original blue-green. So this was my mixture in the bottle, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same. So many of the bottles that I have are just the color and mixed with white. So this yellow-green I really love, but it's a little too dark. So I always add a little white to it, like maybe 2 parts of the yellow-green, 1 part white, and I mix it in the bottle. So you can see here that it's just slightly lighter. And I also do that with the Cerulean Blue. I like some of those more sky blue colors that you can get. So this is another color that I recently mixed up about a couple months ago, and I absolutely love. And all it is Hansa yellow and a touch of black. So this is it already mixed up. It's kind of like a pea green. And when mixed with white on the plate, it's really beautiful. So I'm going to lay down some Hansa yellow, which you can see is pretty bright. And you have to just put a touch of black. So you have to be really careful with how you're going to measure this. Like, I'm just going to try to take a tiny little bit. And you can see that's really all it took. I'm going to mix it up really good. It's a little bit lighter than the mixture in my bottle, but as you can see, it's very close. And then, of course, when you're mixing it with white on the plate, you can get much lighter versions of it like that. You can get medium tones and very light tones. It's just a beautiful color. So the biggest tip from this video are these cones, because you can squeeze out, and I'm going to show you when we mix one up. They come in like a really large pack. And when you cut off the tip and you put it in your bottle, then you put your paint in, then you could squeeze every drop of paint into your bottle, which you cannot do with any other kind of funnel. So if you're wondering why I use Nova Color, it's price. I was using golden, and I do love golden paints, fluid paints on the plate. But I was really going through a lot of paint and very expensive paints as well. So as you can see, both of these are 4 ounces, Nova versus golden. I'm going to put some numbers up on the screen so you can see the difference in the Hansa yellow price. Okay, so here we go. Nova Color, 4 ounces, $7. Now on Blick, and this is saying save 30% off list price, $17.91, and that is for 4 ounces. So I also checked Amazon for the golden fluid, and the price was the same, $17.91, and it was not Blick, it was another company. So there you go. It is a big savings. Now also notice, Nova Color's Hansa Yellow is transparent and golden is opaque. So the last step when I mix my paints is I add this open acrylic from golden because it slows down the dry time just slightly. Nova Color dries so fast that it just makes it impossible on the plate. And you may, if you've already purchased it, you may have noticed that. So I mentioned that almost every time I talk about Nova Color, that I add some kind of retarder. So I used to use the glazing medium, and now I'm using the open medium. They both work. For my favorite colors that I use right out of the jar without mixing, I put in these large bottles. I love the Indian Yellow and the Quinacridone Red. And I don't want to have to keep refilling small bottles. So some of the other colors that I like are like Quinacridone Purple, which is also transparent. And I do buy the large, I usually even have bigger titanium white than this one. And I do like their Payne's Gray. So here, let me show you how beautiful their Payne's Gray is. It's very similar to the golden, where it has these blue undertones. It's just gorgeous and transparent. So a couple of other colors that I purchased were Quinacridone Magenta. Deep green is gorgeous. It's kind of like a phthalo green, transparent again. And this one is the red iron oxide. Now it does say you have to stir it, and I absolutely love it. I use it, it's very transparent, and I make transparent papers, and I use it like in a guitar. When I did my guitar, it actually looks like wood. This is a detail of the neck of the guitar where I was simulating the burled wood. So another color to consider is the phthalo green and this hot pink. Oh, it's so much fun. I just recently got this. Keep in mind, most of the time you're going to be mixing your colors right on the plate. This exercise is really for those special colors that you absolutely need to have. So I also like Naphthol Crimson and Alizarin Crimson hue. Those are two really nice colors to have. And I don't mix these up, I just mix them on the plate. All right, so let's actually, you know, mix one up into a bottle. So I prefer the bottles from Michael's, but I only have this empty one that I got on Amazon. But this green, yellow green one is one that I got on Michael's. And I like to put those caps on. I just find them easier to close. They don't get as clogged. When they do get clogged, I just soak them. You just need to make sure that the threads are going to match, that the opening is the same. I will try to put links to both sizes in the description. So we have our cone, and we're going to snip off the end. And you can, control the size of the opening depending on the size of your bottle. If you have a big wide opening, then make the hole bigger. But you do have to be careful because the cone starts to unravel and fall apart. So we're going to do 2 parts quinacridone red, 1 part cadmium yellow, medium, and then also 1 part white. And I use plastic spoons to fill it up. It's kind of tricky holding the cone in place and not having the bottle flip over. And you have to just sort of judge. I also count how many spoons I've put in. So like in this case, I end up putting 3 spoons of red, and then I ended up doing sort of a more heaping white spoon. And see how I squeeze the bottom and all the paint comes out. That's not something you can do with a regular funnel. So on this next one, I'm going to put both white and cadmium yellow. I'm not going to do 2 separate ones. I'm just going to put a teaspoon of each into the funnel and then squeeze it into the bottle. The opening I cut was kind of small, so I sort of have to coax the paint through the hole. Like I said, I find that if I make the hole too big, then the whole cone starts to unravel. So once I have the paint all in there, I shake it up. Now this is the hard part. Your wrist really gets a workout. I didn't show this part, but don't forget to add the open medium. So I usually wait until I've got it partially mixed, then I add the open medium to it, or the glazing medium. Every once in a while I open it up and like tamp it back down. And you have to leave a little bit of space. Don't fill your bottles all the way up or you won't have enough room for the mixing part. As you can see, it still needs a lot more shaking. These paints are far more affordable than golden. For me, they're the closest to golden in terms of the way they react on the plate, the fluidness of them. I do, like I said, have to add some open medium to it or a glazing liquid, a glazing medium. I've done both, and it just helps it slow down the drying time just enough. It still dries pretty quick, even after I do that. So they're great paints, and the translucency of some of the colors is just spectacular. Don't forget to create, inspire, and share, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.